So there it is. All right, so let's do the official open. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's Ray the Video Guy here, along with a good friend of mine, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, the one, the only, the internet, what is it, the internet audio and video guy? Is that what it is these days?
Well, I started out that way, and that's the name that brought me here. So, okay, I'll take.
All
You can
right.
be the Ray, the video guy, and I'll be Mike, the internet audio and video guy.
There we go.
Couple of video
So,
guys.
without further ado, the one, the only rock star himself, and we actually mean that this time, by the way. He actually is a rock star, and so it's not just a joke or a moniker. He really is a rock star with a gold record. The one and only Mike Stewart here to teach us a little bit about doing video with your mobile devices, and that's all types of mobile devices. So, Mike, jump on in here. Let's go.
All right, let's get into the content here. I want to guarantee to teach you the two things that you need to pay attention to. Mobile devices. Here's what's happened. The cameras in mobile devices are just amazing.
Yes, they are.
Some of them are 4K. They're technologies that are just better than the camcorders of 10, 15 years ago. So the cameras are great in all three major mobile devices. And the mobile devices are the iOS devices, iPad, iPhone, the Android devices, which are the Android phones and tablets, and the Windows Surface. I don't believe that the Windows Phone has the software that you can play on the Windows Surface. So this is not about Windows phones, but
I wouldn't worry. Nobody noticed.
Okay. But the reality is the Windows Surface is an amazing device. I got one. I love it. So I wanted to share with you what I've learned about all these devices. Now, what we're going to be teaching you today are the apps or the software, and then the best practices. And then what happens is when you learn to make better video, no matter how you do it, no matter what you use, there's best practices, and the result can be more traffic, generate more leads, whether you're an offline or online business. And then, of course, when you generate more traffic and more leads to a business website, let's hope they do business with you that makes you more money. So let's get right into it. Here's what I'm going to cover today about the Apple apps, the Android apps. I'm not going to be teaching these because that would take all day. I'm going to let you know where the resources and the simple apps and software to use on all three devices. And then we're going to get into some really good content of what to do. In fact, I'll tell you what those are. Number one, I want to kind of do a little history lesson, how far we've come since I started doing online video in 2003. That's almost 14 years I've been doing online video, before there was a YouTube.
Yep.
I want to talk about the equipment and the that we used back then, and why the cell phone you probably already own today is all the equipment you need to be on battery power, making amazing video for all the opportunities around today. And then, of course, if the iPhone, Android, and Windows Surface are killer hardware, we're going to talk about what is the software. See, one of the things that cracks me up, Ray, is that on a computer they called it software, but on a mobile device they call it an app.
Yes.
Well, app is just short for application. In fact, if you ever watch some of the old history movies about Silicon Valley, they were looking for the amazing, perfect app for the original computers in the 70s.
Yep.
They call them apps because that's short for application. Application, apps, and software are all synonyms. So there are some accessories that you should own, and they're dirt cheap, but these little accessories make better quality video. Little psychologies, little strategies that can mean the difference between looking unprofessional and professional. And I'll tell you what my favorite accessories are. And then you learn to make good video. What are you going to do for your business with it? We're going to talk about video uses and the fact that you can create content by just pulling your phone out of your pocket and maybe having a couple of other pieces of equipment with you in your laptop bag or in ladies' purses. You can be mobile and create great content that makes you money. I do it all the time. In fact, my most recent video marketing piece, I shot out by the new lake up here in Nashville with nothing more than sunlight and my little lapel mic.
Nice.
And then one of the biggest things that's going nuts these days is live streaming. Yes. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and a Periscope is still around. Some of the other systems have gone to the wayside, but I believe Facebook Live and YouTube Live are here to stay. And so what's the best way to do live streaming? Well, yeah, you can do it from a computer, but I love not being tethered to my office. I love the fact that there are apps that make amazing live streaming video that can be a repurposing bonanza. That's what I call it. In other words, when you learn to make good live video, now you have the ability to repurpose it on YouTube and in social media after it was live to get traffic. So there's all kinds of opportunities that we're going to share with you there. And then I have to give credit to Ray, the video guy.
Love that guy.
He was a teacher on this, but if you do, and if you know Ray, you may know some of these things. But this is what I call the 9 things most people leave blank in YouTube and Facebook that's costing them traffic, leads, and profits. And of course, I'm going to let Ray put his 2 cents in on that because he taught me about a lot of these things. And but there's a lot of people's community, even my own video community, that didn't know these things. You'd be amazed how many business owners leave these things blank. And when you leave them blank, you don't get the opportunities that YouTube can bring to you. So let me just, he mentioned that, he called me a rock star. Well, that's really nice. But I've been involved. The reason I moved to Nashville is because I have a passion for music. I've been doing audio and video production since 1979. I got a gold record. In fact, one of the things here's a little video tip that has worked for me for years is a lot of people say, well, what, can I do green screen and make a nice background? I say, no, hang your awards behind you. If you see that big blue arrow there, I hang my gold record behind me and my sales went up. People are impressed by your awards and accolades. So that makes a heck of a background. I just hung my awards behind me when I shoot videos. And so I'm a piano player, I'm a composer, and I've been known worldwide as the audio video guy. I was one of the first people to do a video sales letter in 2004. So, I got a huge history with that. We did the theme song to the Wreck-It Ralph movie for Disney and actually recorded that on the PC I'm working on right now. Recorded music in an Academy-nominated movie with the very computer I'm using for this webinar. And now I love helping business owners just like you learn how easy it is with your mobile device to make amazing video content. And I have been doing online video and been working with this for years, but I've been doing audio. There is a picture of me playing bass for Ted Turner in 1980 when he produced a video that you can find on YouTube called I Was Cable When Cable Wasn't Cool. And I started recording audio. There was my 4-track TAC. That's how you used to do home recording back in 1976, 40 years ago. And
by the way, not only 40 years ago, but about 1995, I was having to use that as well. So it survived the test of time.
and you can now get a free app on all your phones that are 4-track, that are multi-track recorders. GarageBand is pretty much unlimited tracks on a phone. And I paid more money for that tape recorder in 1976 than 4 iPhones would cost today. So it's amazing how far we've come. And in fact, I wanted to show you and prove to you, this was the video sales letter that I did in November of 2005, 12 years ago. YouTube was only 6 months old. We hadn't even heard of YouTube when we did, Jim Edwards and I did this workshop. And Jim was a copywriter and a firm believer in long form sales letters. Those video, those web pages that scroll forever and ever with sales copy, and they worked. But I told Jim, I said, since we're teaching video in this course, Website Video Secrets, we need to put a video at the top in the fold of the website and give all the information of the sales letter in the video. And we found feedback from people that even 12 years ago, people watched that video and didn't even read the sales letter and click the buy button. We proved that you could sell with just a video and a buy button and a headline. But let me tell you something about 12 years ago. That video you see there that I'm talking was expensive and hard to do for most people. The reality is it took a camcorder, it took expensive equipment, it took expensive software, and it was not simple. But it worked, and it's what all kinds of. We did over $500,000 in sales from that really poorly lit and not that good a quality video. But it was an edited sales video that we did in an editing software. And just to show you how old this sales letter is, amazing. I still had a screen capture of it. Jim's headline says, if you can't even program a VCR. And I bet there's kids that don't even know what a VCR is. So that shows you how long I've been doing this. But here's what I'm excited about today, Ray, is making video with mobile devices is cheaper and easier to do than ever before. It's not because of the devices. I'm not anti-Android. I'm not pro-Surface. I don't care about the hardware. I just want it to be easy and work. And so you probably own an iPhone, an iPad, or an Android, and some people may be getting the Windows Surface. So those are the devices I want to tell you about. And so you probably already own the hardware you need. But going live and repurposing is so easy. Making sales videos, getting testimonials from customers, video worth being social. I don't know how many businesses have asked me, can you help me with my social media? And my answer is, are you making media worth being social? Why would Facebook be all over Facebook Live if video content was not the most important thing to be focusing on in social media? So it's important for any businesses. And one of the statistics from Cisco is by 2020, 80% of the content going over the internet, 80% of the content is estimated to be video. It's not quite there yet, but it's creeping, and they estimate 80% of the content going online will be video content. So that means that 20% of the audience is going to be okay with just text alone, but 80% of the world is going to want to see your videos. So if you're not making lots of video, being mobile makes it easy, fast, and simple. And and let me show you some of my old equipment just to let you know where we started. There was my 1996 486 PC with Sony Vegas on it. The PC was $2,500. The software was $400. The camera was a Sony VX2100, which cost me $2,500. The wireless mics were $1,000. I had over $20,000 in what professionals considered not even pro equipment. It was still called prosumer. It wasn't even considered. It wasn't high definition. It was considered not even professional equipment. And then what made it easier was the flip camera. I don't know if you remember when those came out, because the biggest question I used to get back when I was teaching video is, I've shot video on my camera. I don't know how to get it off the camera and into my computer to edit it. Well, so all of these things were hard. Well, the good news is it's over. I sold all that old equipment. I don't even want it anymore. It's so out of date. It's not even needed anymore. So I want to tell you about the Apple devices first. I still believe that iPhones and iPads are the most powerful editing softwares for mobile devices. And it's not about the device. It's not that I'm anti-Android. It's just, I just want you to know the software I'm going to share with you only runs on certain devices. And the cameras are great on all three devices. And the external hardware is pretty much the same. But it's the software, it's the apps. And the best software out there is the Apple software. And there's a technical reason why. Apple was the first mobile device. They came out long before Android or Windows came out with mobile devices. Then two, they had 20 years of video software. Apple was king of video editing in the professional world with programs like iMovie and especially Final Cut Pro. So when they developed their mobile devices, their phones and their iPads, they had amazing tested video editing code to borrow from and build amazing stable software. And Android had to catch up. And that's why it's a cat and mouse race. There's still far superior video software for Apple. But don't worry, Android and Windows users, there's some good stuff going on there for you, and I'm going to share all of that with you. But I want to tell you about these particular different apps. Let's start with Apple first. These are 6 apps that are all free with new iPhones and iPads and iPod touches. And I want to tell you about all of them. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to use them today, but literally 3 of these and almost 4 of these apps you can learn in about 30 minutes. Number 1 app is the YouTube Capture app. I love this app because it makes it real easy to point, shoot, edit, upload to YouTube. When you get good with the YouTube Capture app, you'll be amazed how simple and easy it is to make a good video right up to YouTube. And Google created a new app, and I don't know if you know about, I'm sure you know about this one, Ray, but maybe you don't. It's called YouTube Director. And here's what I love about YouTube Director. It's free, but it is over 50 great scripts and templates that help you with your phone make amazing videos for your business. Not bad videos, but customized, really effective marketing business videos of all types for your business. Now, why would Google build YouTube Director if they didn't realize that businesses are struggling making video? They don't know what to say. They don't know how to shoot it. They don't know how to put all the pieces of the puzzle together to edit together a good piece. Well, the YouTube Director app is absolutely free and makes it happen. Now, iMovie was one of the oldest Apple apps for making videos for on your mobile device. And I still love iMovie, but it's a little more learning curve, but it's a lot simpler than computer software. But I still love iMovie. It's free on all new Apple devices, and it used to be $10. Now, this is one
I believe they just changed that now, so it's free even for people that already have phones. You can now get it completely for free. I believe they just changed that like last week.
Well, have you heard about Clips?
I have not. See, this is where I get excited here because you're going to show me apps that I haven't paid attention to.
Clips is a brand new Apple video app from Apple.
Oh, actually, yes, the one by Apple. I read about it, but I haven't used it yet. I do have it on my phone already.
I just heard about it, and I just tested it, and literally these three right here, you could learn all three of these in a Saturday afternoon. They're that simple. It's all about having something good to say, and this one will tell you what to say. So at any rate, Clips, YouTube Director, they're all amazing. And I'm going to show you inside YouTube Director here in a second. Now, iMovie is, like I said, it's got a lot more moving parts, but it's simple, and it's a full-blown video edit. It's the scaled-down iMovie from its Mac computer brother, but it's a lot simpler, and it's very easy to use. Now, another app that's really important for video is the Facebook app, because the Facebook app will enable you to go to Facebook Live, which is a great way to make video quickly and easily with your phone. And then there's a camera, a 4K camera called the Mevo. And this app is free, but you have to buy a $400 camera. But the Mevo camera is amazing. Yep. You know, you may not be interested in this one, but I wanted you to be aware of it. The Mevo is a great opportunity to make killer video. Now, what I'm going to do right now is, like I said, I want to show you a video right now about YouTube Director, actually produced by Google. And then we're going to talk about it a little bit more here. But hopefully this will work like it's supposed to. But here is the YouTube Director video from YouTube itself.
YouTube Director for Business is an easy way to shoot a video for your business. Download the app from the App Store and then choose what kind of video you want to make. In this example, we're going to see Nadia make a video for her interior design store. Each template is made up of a shot list. Go through the shots one by one, and then Director will make the final video for you. Let's start here. Read the instructions for each shot, what to say and what to film. Here it says to give a short introduction of your store's name and what type of store it is. Director even helps you frame up your shot.
The mission of my store is to bring to the Arts District in downtown Los Angeles a variety of awesome home products.
If you don't like your take, you can record again. This one seems good, so let's use this. Director is now asking us to enter the name of the person speaking and their position in the company. Let's try another shot. Shot 2 is made up of 2 parts, a voiceover and some filming. Let's follow the instructions and record the voiceover.
We have a wonderful selection of furniture and accessories with modern and elegant designs.
To complete this shot, director suggests we film a close-up shot of some products. Now, go through the rest of the shots, following the instructions for each one. Once you've shot everything, you can choose music for the video. Director includes music that you can use for free.
This is Media Geller Market. Welcome to my store. Come on in.
This one's good. Let's add this. When you've completed all the shots, hit the play button to watch the full video. If you're happy with it, you can publish it to YouTube. Now you can send the video to friends and customers and put it on your website or your social media. You can also promote your video to get even more views. To do this, just hit the promote button and an ad specialist will get in touch with you to help you get started. Good luck with your film.
I want to tell you, we're going to try it one more time with a real short video. The YouTube Director app, I was demonstrating how to use a new app. Have you heard of Switcher Go? Right. Okay. Oh, I'm going to tell you about Switcher Go. Switcher Go is a switcher video app for Facebook Live and YouTube Live and recording. And it switches between your front camera of your phone and the back camera, but you can also play back videos that you have in your camera. You can show photographs. You can bring in lower third. It's very much like the OBS software that I know you like to use, but it's for your phone. And so this is a real short video. So let's try, we're going to try the playback one more time, and let's see if it'll cooperate this time. But this is a video to show you the Switcher Go app, and I hope everybody can see it. If you don't see it, please forgive me. This is a lot shorter than the other one. But this was a video that I made about the Switcher Go app in my hotel room with the YouTube Director app. And it only took me about 15 minutes to make this video. So here we go.
Today's tip is about the Switcher Go app for the iPhone and making video for YouTube. The Switcher Go app will let you go live with both of your cameras, pull up images, play back videos, and do lower third text in real time. What an amazing way to go to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and record content for the web. Get more helpful tips at MikeStewartPodcast.com.
Okay. All right. Well, at any rate, let me tell you about the Switcher Go app. What the Switcher Go app does is it lets you switch between the front camera, the back camera, play back videos, bring up photos, and bring in lower third text, and switch all of that real time to Facebook Live or to YouTube Live, or you can record and make content real live. So
nice.
It's an amazing app. And the URL for the video is we'll send you that in a minute. So now let's talk about Android apps. Number one, this was an interesting thing about the YouTube Director app. Google owns Android, and Google owns YouTube. And the YouTube Director app right now only runs on the iPhone. So what does that tell you, Ray?
Well, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'll just keep my mouth shut. Is what that
Well,
tells me.
it tells me this, that even Android realizes that when it comes to video and video editing, that the software on the Apple is powerful. And the Android version of YouTube Director has yet to be released. But it's supposed, I'm sure that their egos are not going to let them create an amazing app that does all it can and only run on the iPhone. But they released it for iPhone. That's how important they wanted to get it out. But right now, they say the Android's coming soon. And that's the interesting lesson. Now, the app that I love for Android is Power Director. Power Director is the closest app that I found to iMovie on the Android. I tested about 20 of them, and there were problems and there were challenges. There was one app that was really good, but it only ran on the Samsung Galaxy. You know,
right?
It didn't run on all Androids. So there were some inconsistent issues, but Power Director seem to be consistently good and have all the features that you need to make good video. And then the Facebook app does Facebook Live just fine on the Android. So, and I've also heard that the Mevo app will soon be released for Android too.
Yep.
So unfortunately, like I said, you just don't have as many choices with Android. But if you are adamant about working on the Android, then I learned and tested, and I love the Power Director. So now let's talk about the Windows Surface. The Windows Surface is essentially a PC with running Windows 10. And it acts a lot like a tablet. It is a tablet. In other words, one of the things that was great about tablets is that you could do things with your fingers. You could touch the screen and move things and tap on buttons and pinch and shrink. And that was the magic of the iPad and the Android tablets. And of course, Windows laptops couldn't do that. So what they've done with the Microsoft Surface is they've made it almost like a tablet that replaces your laptop. So what's also good about it is all of my favorite PC software will run on the Microsoft Surface. And so if you like Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, it'll run on it. Windows Movie Maker is free and runs on the Windows Surface. But I found a Windows Surface app called Filmora, and I love it, Ray. It is simple. It's $60, but that's the one I found that I love. It's so powerful, connects to YouTube, and the quality of the camera and the ease of editing and the fact that you can use your fingers like you do on an Android or an iPhone, the Filmora app is amazing for Windows Surface. So I've told you about the software, and I want to tell you about hardware that is a bare minimum. There's other things, but you do need selfie sticks, external mics, you need mounts, you can get lenses, but the point being is you don't want to hold the camera in your hand. You want to mount it on something. So these are, here's a little URL where I can suggest some gear if you want to know where you can get them. But I love the iPal Universal Tablet Mount.
Yep.
This little thing is about $20, and you can pretty much any tablet will go in it and lock down, and then you can put it on a mini tripod or a full tripod. So you definitely want to mount your tablet or your phone in a selfie stick, something like this.
And by the way, Mike, I've actually got a new one that I'll send to you to add to that page that I think you're really going to like that I just discovered.
Okay, good, because they're always making new and better stuff.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then when it comes to microphones, these are my two favorite. For the only one, the Apogee Lightning mic works only on Apple devices, but it's an amazing microphone for voiceover and pretty much a lot of applications. But I love the iRig lapel mic, and here's the reason I like the iRig lapel mic. I know Ray has some really good lapel mics. I think I forget the brand of yours, but what I liked about the iRig, Ray, is it'll chain together.
Yep.
So what happens is you can do an interview. You can actually chain up to three mics together, and then plug it into your mobile device. So in other words, if you're doing a side-by-side interview, you both can have lapel mics. And so that was one of the things that made me like the iRig best of all, because the quality was really good. You could chain it together. And then you, if you wanted to, you could plug headphones into it for playbacks. Because one of the problems, I've actually had customers call me up and say, I recorded with this lapel mic, when I tried to play it back, I couldn't hear anything. So I don't think it recorded. Well, no, if the microphone's plugged into the jack of the phone, it's going to kill your sound. So, that's why they have the ability, you plug headphones, or I actually plug a USB speaker into it, so I have playback audio without having to plug in the microphone in and out to just to test my takes. And then, of course, with the iPhone 7, you have to get an adapter into the Lightning port to use this microphone because they got rid of the microphone headphone jack. Thank you, Apple.
Well, and I think most of the iPhone 7s come with that adapter, don't they?
They may come with that adapter. I believe they do.
I know I've got one. I don't remember buying one, so I don't know. Maybe I did. Who knows?
I don't remember. It's the reason I haven't gone to the 7 yet. Okay, so I hope that we've come across with, here's the apps, here's the devices, here's the external stuff. You know, you definitely need a lapel mic if you want good audio, especially if you're recording outside. But a lapel mic means you're going to get consistent audio no matter how far you are from the mobile device. So here's my reasons for doing video. And my reasons for doing video, and I like
Ray may
what I call the elevator speech sales video, or a virtual tour or product tour video, or customer support videos. And then for social media, I call them did you know interest generating videos, where you educate people about things that you do. Promotional, timely, expiring, or seasonal videos. If you've got a page, you can give more clarification. Let's say you're an author. You can point people back to videos that explain more what we were talking about in the chapter of your book, clarification videos. And then, of course, live streaming to build social media content. And then, you know, YouTube video ads and Facebook paid video ads. I mean, so there's ways. I actually have a client and a customer is producing television commercials for local businesses and buying the airtime on Facebook. In other words, their Facebook is the television station and their mobile device is their television production studio. So these are the needs that every business, offline or online, can use with these type of videos. Now, here's my template for what I call my Face for Radio Trust Building video sales message. I tell people, welcome to my website. And then, you know, I tell people I have a face for radio, but I realize that me coming on and talking to people to the camera builds that trust. I think it's real important that a portion of your video lets people see who you are, so that trust building welcome can happen. And then you do features and benefits. You know, what does your product do? What are the benefits from what it does? What problems does it solve? There's a psychology called problem, agitate, solve, where you tell people that you have this problem, and to make matters worse, this is what it's to experience this problem, and my product and my service is the solution. And then call to action. And basically every sales video I do these days, I produce with my phone or iPad. Now, I'm going to try this one more time, and if it doesn't work, Ray, we're going to blame GoToWebinar and we're going to edit it out. But I wanted to show people the example of one of my sales videos that made me a lot of money, that I just had my iPhone strapped to a stop sign here in Nashville.
Hi, it's Mike Stewart, and I'm broadcasting live here from Nashville, Tennessee, and I want to tell you about my new training, tabletvideomembershipsites.com. Even this site, Tablet Video Membership Sites, is the product of knowing WordPress and being able to make video trainings on my tablet and my computer. The ability to sell video content and more to the world from a WordPress website, protect that content, and get others to earn income from selling your creations is here today. You can do that now cheaper, faster, and easier than before. And order Tablet Video Membership Sites today.
Here we go. Let's move on. Now, Facebook Live, that works both on Apple and Android. But now this is the device I was telling you about before. This is the Mevo camera. And the Mevo camera costs $400. But what I love about it, it is completely mobile. And it's really an amazing device to do a live stream television show, switching to different areas. What happens is the phone is your audio source, and it is the director that allows you to pre-program all kinds of shots. So look, there's an example of a cooking show to where they have a wide shot, which is this right here, this big wide shot, but they can zoom in to anywhere in that wide shot and immediately cut between each of those shots, all with one camera. The camera is stationary, but they're able to move from one presenter to the second presenter to their hands. In other words, that little center image right there is what the camera sees, and anywhere in that image you can move your finger on the phone and immediately zoom over to it or cut to it. So it turns your phone into a television live streaming opportunity. So like I said, it's a multi-camera shot, training events, live events, concerts, talk shows, sales meetings. The opportunities are amazing with this mobile device. You can see it from that guy's hand how small it is and how powerful it is. And in fact, this is we have a Facebook private group for pest control. I have a pest control consulting business with my partner there, Hal Coleman, and that's how we do with the Mevo meetings to our Facebook group. So we can, and we have a monitor that we zoom in into with slides. So you can see there's Hal controlling the Mevo camera with his phone while we're conducting a live stream and showing slides and running a television show, talk show to a Facebook private group. So there's opportunities all over the place with that. And then, of course, let's get into the repurposing video. Now you've used all these tools that you've been, or whichever ones that you choose, you've made some great video. So you make it once and use it everywhere. So these are what I call the steps to traffic, or the video trifecta. Number one, what you can do is build a Facebook page or group and go live with killer content. I know Ray does that a lot. A lot of people are doing that. So number one, you've made a piece of Facebook content, or you've made a video. Then you take that video that was live, or however you made that video with your phone, and you put it on your YouTube channel. And then after you take that video on your YouTube channel, make it a WordPress video post blog. So what happens is your website can archive all of your videos. So if people find your website, they're not on YouTube, but they're watching your YouTube videos. And you can repurpose the same video in WordPress as a podcast. So people who subscribe to your podcast can watch the video.
Can I reveal a little secret here?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, guys.
Please do.
You're going to be the first ones to ever hear this, but we're actually in the process of developing a new software that automatically puts your Facebook Lives onto WordPress. And I mean, while you're going live, it's also showing on your WordPress, but then it also creates an archive for you afterwards automatically.
Oh, is that amazing?
Yes.
And then if it's already on WordPress, it's going to be really easy to repurpose it on YouTube.
Yep.
Well, then it sounds like you're in agreement that repurposing is you do a video and then and you're going to get the bang for your buck when you put it everywhere.
Yep.
Okay. So make one video. Don't just leave it on Facebook. Put it other places, because it improves your SEO, and it's a way to get, we have all kinds of businesses ranking for great search terms with their WordPress website, with their YouTube videos. And then of course those videos are getting shared in Facebook. So it's the trifecta. You could do Twitter, you can do Instagram, you can do all those other social media, LinkedIn. Those are all great, but bare minimum, do these three. So I wanted to tell, like I said, there was the video that we did in the Facebook group. It's called Pest Control Marketing Go. It's a closed group. And then we repurposed it on the YouTube channel. And of course, this is a great example of my consultant partner in the pest control industry, who has just been doing videos every week for years now. And even though he doesn't get lots of views, they're targeted views. And of course, it's built him a six-figure consulting business because he dominates for his keywords, pest control marketing. He's number one in the world for pest control marketing. You can go to Google right now and see that. And of course, you want to have a link back to your money-making websites. So, and then of course, there you see how he repurposed his video that was on YouTube in his WordPress blog. So, his video could have been a live video, it could have been a post-production video. Regardless, embedding the videos. Now when people find his website from his traffic, it's getting him opt-ins to his email list. It's getting people to call his phone number, and it's archiving years and years of his videos without having to just go to YouTube. Yes, his YouTube channel has his videos archived, but he's got them archived at his web address that has all his other information. So let's talk about the 9 things. And of course, this is getting into Ray the Video Guy content, but I'm going to do it the best I can because I'm a big believer in what Ray teaches. But I'm going to use a real brick and mortar business example here. This is Canton Termite and Pest Control. And I told Tim, I said, you got to get a YouTube channel. And he doesn't have a lot of videos. He's got only 28 at the time of this screenshot. But you got to remember, a year and a half ago, he didn't have any videos. And so the main thing is that, remember, YouTube is a search engine. And so number one, you know, Ray knows this. Everybody, you guys probably know this, but you can see getting thumbnails of your videos with your, you know, look here, he's got his phone number in the description just from the search. Even if people didn't watch the video, they could call him right there from the phone number. So at any rate, this has worked tremendously for Tim. So we're going to talk about the optimization points that most businesses leave blank on YouTube. So number one, a header graphic that has a call to action. And if you're a brick and mortar business, a phone number or a unique selling proposition, but some sort of personalized header graphic. You would be amazed, Ray, how many businesses I see have no header graphic on their YouTube
I wouldn't
channel.
be amazed by that at all.
Well, I work with all kinds of businesses, and you go look at their YouTube channel, and they don't have anything. At least he has his logo in there and big red phone number. So optimization tip number one. And if you disagree with any of this, Ray, correct me.
No, in fact, I'll take it one step further. YouTube has made some changes whereby if you want to have all of the really cool tools, you have to have a header graphic in there. If you do not have a header graphic, and if you don't have a graphic icon where it says Canton Termite and Pest Control there in the corner, if you don't have those two things, you cannot get a custom URL anymore, and you cannot get some of the other tools as well. So you must do it.
So at any rate, that just tells me they want you to fix these things.
Yep.
So number one. All right, now there's Tim. He's got his iPhone mounted in his car while he's in his truck. So let's go ahead and talk about his other things that he's done. Number one, I learned this from Ray. Associate your channel to your YouTube channel to your business website, because that's going to enable you to do things like annotation links, YouTube cards, and a whole lot more.
And by the way, funeral services right now, it is, I didn't even realize it was May 2nd until right now, but today is the day where annotations are gone.
The original annotations are gone forever?
They're gone. Now, if you already have them in a video, they're not going away, but you will not be able to create any new ones as of today.
What they create, they create an end annotations.
Yes.
So end annotations and cards are all that are left, right?
That is correct. At least, and I haven't looked to see if it's actually been removed yet, but today was supposed to be the day, May 2nd.
All right. Well, associating your channel is optimization tip number two. I'm amazed how many people have a YouTube channel and don't have it associated. And another thing, I don't know if you knew about this, there's a WordPress plugin that really makes it easy to get verified.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Okay, it's the Google Webmaster plugin for WordPress. So if you have a WordPress website, it was a handful of steps to get that association. You had to do some uploading and a little bit of complicated stuff. Now, all you got to do is copy and paste the verification meta tag code, and it's real simple. I mean, it's faster than it used to be.
That's
so
awesome.
You can get a WordPress website associated faster than you used to with the old way of doing it. Number one, and I guess, I feel bad because I know, Ray, you probably teach a lot of your community things, but I got to cover this because there's so many people don't know this. But title your videos with words that help you get found for your market. Like, for instance, European hornets are a huge problem in Canton, Georgia. And just, if he had just named this hornets, it would have been horrible. If he had named it another video, it would have been horrible. But you see his title, European Hornet, Canton Termite and Pest Control. So he's got pest control, European. So people are looking how to get rid of European hornets in that Canton area. He gets found because he titled his video. So type 3, don't don't mess up your titles. Well, you know, that's probably something you could teach all of us on, Ray, is better ways to title your videos. Number 4, people leave out clickable links and tested clickable links. I don't know how many people I tell to do this and then they don't test it and they got a typo, or they didn't. If you don't put the HTTP, it needs to turn blue and be clickable. But this is absolutely free. Don't leave it blank. I always tell people to start your description with a clickable link back to the website that makes you money. You can put multiple links in your description, but at least the first thing you put in your description is a clickable link, because that will show right there at the top. If you notice here, what's showing in his channel is a clickable link, his description, and then his phone number. And, you know, and then he may go longer, but at least the important information to help get him traffic and leads. And then this is the other thing that is required in your video editor. And even the YouTube director helps you, guide you through this. iMovie, they all allow you to put lower third text. Never leave out the lower third text. See, I mean, he's got his name, he puts his phone number, he puts his business name. So if people search Canton Termite Pest Control, in other words, I've seen videos on YouTube, you have no earthly idea who did them, and even if you like the person, you never find them. Now, get the embed link and share that embed link, especially on your WordPress website as a blog post. But you can also share that video on Facebook. You can take that YouTube link, and in fact, they've got icons for all those popular social media places right there in YouTube. They're telling you, share this video on the other social media websites. But more importantly, put it in your WordPress website as an embed. All you got to do is grab that link, paste it in WordPress, and that video is now archived as an embed, as a blog post on your website. But now I'll tell you something else. You do want to upload the video again to Facebook through Facebook's playback system. But this is a way to get more views. And of course, like I said, share the YouTube video on Facebook. There's what it looks like when you put the URL link. It allows people to share your video and allows people to watch your video from YouTube. But you also want to upload that video. Take the same video and re-upload it again to your Facebook properties, such as your business page, your groups, wherever you want to put it, so that people can share it, watch it, and comment on it.
Mike, before you continue, I just want to ask everybody, because I had somebody post that they're having trouble seeing it. You should be seeing a Facebook page is the current slide that says optimization tip number 7. If you're seeing that, just take a second and put a 1 in there, just so I know people are seeing that, because I know at least one person is not, and I want to make sure that everyone else at least is seeing that while we fix that. Continue on.
Okay. You know, go to webinar has just letting us down today, Ray. But you know, right? But I've had it a long time, and it's served me well. So I can't.
It looks like everyone else is seeing it, so only one person seems to be having the issue.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I'll tell you what. Xfinity went out the other day, so I mean, he could be having internet connection problems. Sorry to hear that. All right. Tip number 8: share your blog post in Facebook. You know, you can grab the link to your WordPress blog post that has your embedded video, and people can share your blog post and come back to your website. It's amazing how many businesses don't share their blog posts in social media. So, you know, that's another tip that we've been doing for years, and it generates leads, and it turns into opt-ins and ultimately customers that spend money with us. And then, you know, you do it, but here we actually have a pest control guy. I love this. He bought a Mevo camera.
Nice.
He does every Sunday at noon. He does the bug show. And he talks about bug problems and how he's the solution. Now look at that. A local pest control guy got 2,100 views, and because he didn't want, you know, with the Mevo doesn't allow you to do lower third text. So he bought a banner and hung it behind him. And so that became his upper third text with his phone number and his web address. But his Facebook live show he's starting to get regular viewers every Sunday. and then they get archived, and then he's repurposing, and it's all the same. So consider a regularly scheduled show for your business.
That's one thing that I need to do, because I am way too scatterbrained about it, and I just kind of do it whenever I feel like it.
Deborah said she missed number 8. Number 8 is share your blog post from the link to your blog post that has the video embedded in it as well is tip number 8. And then tip number 9, and the reason I talk about a regularly scheduled show is that when you start getting people to share it and you want them to show up live, they should know. In fact, I have another client and friend, Tom Antion. He does a 30-minute Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern rant every Sunday night without fail. And his audience is growing. Because I equate it to when I was a kid. 8 o'clock Sunday night meant the Ed Sullivan Show. we just knew what that time's, So if you're going to have live TV, popping up or trying to gather an audience when everybody's scared, you got to condition folks to know that it's regularly scheduled. And they know if they miss it, they'll be able to watch it. But people, encourage them to come live because you have the interactivity. So, any rate, now here's bonus tip number 10. There is a way that you can download any video on Facebook to repurpose.
Yes.
So there's a little link and there's a method that you go to, and then you're able to right click on any Facebook video, and be sure you don't take videos that aren't yours. But the truth is, any video on Facebook can be downloaded to your computer as an MPEG-4 video. And so this is a thing we teach our folks, that once they've done a live video, that they have the steps to be able to go back and grab that good content and repurpose it on YouTube and in their blogs. And everything feeds each other. So there's a bonus tip, number 10. 10 things that most people don't do, and I hope none of you leave any of these out. So that's the presentation, minus the fact that the videos gave us a little bit of trouble, but we'll edit those into the replay, and they're easy to find on YouTube as well. But number 1, we've come a long way. The equipment was difficult back then, but it's easy today. And then more importantly, the 3 killer cameras out there that I just am blown away with, and that are completely mobile. Yeah, there's great $1,000 Canon DSLRs, and there's all kinds of great equipment. But, this is simpler. This is what you probably already own. And the cameras are amazing to make amazing content. And I shared with you the apps and software that I recommend to be able to edit and make great video, and a couple of new apps that are just free and easy for the iPhone. You definitely want to get a lapel mic of some sort, and you definitely don't want to be you don't want to be taking selfie videos by holding in your hand. You want to have it on a mount to where your hand's free. And, so there's all kinds of resources for that. And I hope you see, once you've learned to use mobile devices to make video, why it's so important. 80% of the content going to be online is video, and you need to be making lots of it and communicating and building trust with your audience with video. And then, of course, live streaming, when you make good content and you get in a habit and a rhythm of making great content, it becomes a repurposing bonanza. And then, of course, we went over 10 things, not just 9 things, that you don't want to leave blank in YouTube or your Facebook social media channels, because that could cost you leads and profits. I want to tell you just a story just the other day. A video I shot 12 years ago, Ray, a gentleman found it from Dallas, Texas, liked what I had to say, put my name in Google, and spent money with me since in the last 3 days. You see, something you do will live forever on the internet or somewhere, and you never know. That's why it's so important to not just do a couple of them. I mean, I've been making video content to let people know that I'm the real deal for years. And, something I did 12 years ago with a colleague of mine, this fella watched it, and then he put Mike Stewart in Google, And if I hadn't been doing what I've been doing, I wouldn't have been found. And if I had left out how to get in touch with me, and websites and phone numbers and email addresses and whatever contact information, this guy would have probably given up. But if you want to find me, I'm easy to find. And I'm sure you are as well, Ray. But that's
I believe
the
so.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee if you put Ray Lane in Google, you're going to find our good buddy Ray.
If you put Ray the Video Guy, you definitely will. If you put Ray Lane in, it's a mixed bag because there's a very wealthy former president of Oracle with the same name and whatnot, so it gets a little crazy. But if you put in Ray the Video Guy, you'll definitely find me.
Okay. So with your permission, I'm going to tell you a way that we can work together, and then we can take some questions. But we've gone about an hour. I told you it was about an hour. So I'm sorry if anybody had any technical difficulties, but let's move forward. This is a way we can work together. And let me tell you what I've got to offer with Mastering Mobile Video. Number one, I teach everything I taught about in depth with step-by-step instructions on how to record clips. I teach how to do voiceovers. I teach how to trim and split video clips. I show the Ken Burns effect, transitions like fades and dissolves, underscoring with music, the proper use of music, how to do lower text overlays, lower third text, how to do picture-in-picture, split screen. Every one of these strategies for all three devices in iMovie, PowerDirector, or Filmora. I teach it all step by step, and then how to do what's called rendering that movie, that perfect take, and uploading to YouTube to go through all the systems that we've talked about today. Plus, my whole library of legal music, 375 tracks of music that you can use in any of these programs and how to do it. So that right there is worth the money. I mean, it's a complete music library, over 7 years of my compositions that you can use in all of your products, plus where to find hardware and lapel mics, all of that.
And by the way, Mike's music is very, very good, far better than most of the stuff that you will find online. So you want to get your hands on that.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Well, and also, then I have a whole section. Now that obviously you're probably not going to pick, do all three. You may do Android, you may do iPhone, you may do, but the thing is I covered it for everybody because I don't know what you want to do. But then now you've made the perfect video and you've got it on YouTube. You need to learn about how to the different ways of uploading and downloading it. In other words, one of the things that's great is you get a video on YouTube, there are ways to get it back to your computer from YouTube to do more things with it. So, and then something I learned from Ray, optimization best practices, and then how to upload videos to Facebook and download it. Then how to play it back from WordPress, the plugins that are best for that, podcasting plugins. There's another app we didn't even really get the time to talk about, but the TechSmith Fuse app. I use it all the time for my businesses. If you don't have Camtasia, you should have Camtasia, but Camtasia and TechSmith allows you to pull the videos off your phone and edit them in Camtasia. And then I got the Explain Everything app. We've gone an hour and I can't cover it all, Ray. It's just too much. So we've covered it in this training. Now, here's my offer. I know a lot of people in the JVZoo world love to do a funnel sale. Well, and I've had a lot of my customers say, are you going to put me through upsell hell? Well, no, there's no OTOs. There's just three options for you to master mobile video. And here's my offer, and then we'll take some questions. Number one, lifetime access to all of these lessons, all 375 music downloads, and all my updates. I'm getting ready to do 4 more tutorials, so you're going to have lifetime access to all the updates. This is for self-motivator, $197. You get the music alone is worth $197, but that's option 1. Now, option 2 is for only 9 people who want to work one-on-one with me. It's my coaching program. I was going to take 12 people, and my first webinar, I sold 3 people into my coaching program. I've only got 9 openings left. And that means that you get lifetime access to all of the content in option 1, but then you get to work with me every month for an hour, because my coaching fee is $297. And I'm looking for people that want to work with me one-on-one in a one-on-one coaching session every month. Now, you don't need to do that one if you don't want to do the coaching program, but that is billed monthly. Option 3 is everything in option 1, but you get a prepaid hour to hour and a half consultation if you get stuck. I call it the tune up your channel. If you get stuck, prepaid of a discounted hour. And so what it is you get the training plus an hour for $397. So basically that's a discount on the training and a discount on my coaching for an hour to hour and a half. So those are the 3 options. $197 one-time fee, $197 for all of the online training, $297 for, as you can see, that was when it was 12. I didn't even change that slide since the last time I sold it. I'm looking for people that want to join my coaching program. When I get up to, when I get 9 more people, then that's going to be closed. And then the tune-up option of $397. So those are the different offers I have, and there's going to be a special link I'm going to give you here in a moment. That's the whole presentation, and
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
For those of you who do take action, I have also got something special to go along with any 3 of these. So whichever one that you choose to join in, we've got a special gift for you as well. So every single person who buys one of those 3 is also going to get my smartphone lapel microphone. And if you're not familiar with this, it's very similar to what Mike was talking about earlier. You plug it into your iPhone or your Android phone, or I assume your Windows Surface. I've never tried it, but it works in computers as well. And it's a microphone that will work automatically for you, so you can get your crystal clear sound. And it's even got a little switch on it. And the magic switch turns it so that you can use it with a traditional video camera as well. Just so you guys kind of understand, while most of the microphones have that small headphone style jack on it, the ones that plug into phones are actually, they work a little bit, even though they're the same size, they work a little bit differently than a traditional headphone jack or microphone jack on a camera. And what this microphone does is, with the flip of a switch, allows you to use it on both cameras and on mobile devices. And so you kind of get 2 microphones in one, and you're going to get that with every purchase that you get. And with that as well, you're also going to get our YouTube Marketing Made Easy course. We're going to throw in some HD stock video clips, and boy, howdy, there's quite a few of them in there. I don't even know how many, but it's in the hundreds, and that's going to allow you to put in stock footage into any creations that you build. I'm also throwing in some royalty-free music. Probably not going to be as good as Mike's music, but, you know, hey, but there's a lot of it. So, see, we'll make up for it with quantity. So there you go. And then we've got video graphics that we throw in there as well. So that'll have lower thirds, things like that. So you'll be able to get all of these in that one package. And all you have to do is, of course, take action, and you'll get that as well. So, and by the way, if you do purchase, we should... you'll have to contact me afterwards, because I'll need your address to send the microphone to. So you'll have to contact me, but we'll get that mailed out to you. So you have to take action, but you'll get all of those in addition to all the great stuff that Mike is offering. So there you go.
So, well, Ron says he's in. Thank you, Ron. The thing is, now if people email me, you should be able to get instant access, but you can. I'm going to put my email address in here to everybody, so that if you have any challenges, and then how do they get your bonus? Thank you for those bonuses, Ray. That's just amazing. Golly, that makes a heck of an offer here. So how do they get the bonuses stuff from you? Can you maybe tell me how I can share that if somebody emails me?
The best way to do it is, I mean, honestly, the easiest way is to just message me on Facebook. To me, that's the easiest, quickest, and simplest way. But you can also send me an email at, actually do it at support@instantspokesperson.com, because that one is not filled with spam. So I usually see it very quickly. And so I can get back to you very fast on that one there. But all you have to do is, you'll have to send me your address so I can send it over there. I believe, and I'll have to double check this, but I think I set the other bonuses up to automatically be downloaded. Hopefully I didn't goof that up. If you don't see on the JV Zoo page a link at the bottom that says bonuses, just contact me. I'll send it over. I've got a link. It's a very simple link, and it'll get you all the download parts. And then the microphone will just have to mail out to you.
Well, if you want to take some questions, I'm looking at the question box. If anybody has any questions, I love Deborah here. She says, great offers, but she's in too many coaching programs right now. Hey, I totally understand. You know, one of my mentors said, all you can do is all you can do, but all you can do is enough. And we don't know where you are in your business. So that's why my belief system is give out great content. And then, you know, I don't think we overstepped our bounds of just saying, hey, if this resonates with you, here's an offer we know can help you master what my passion is, which is mobile video.
Absolutely.
And I can't thank Ray enough for inviting you to hear my stuff. Deborah's saying she loved the content. So if you've got mine and Ray's attention, you got such a talented YouTube video master himself, Ray, and you got me. I'm not the total slouch. We'll answer your questions.
Yeah.
Well, there's a question right now, Ray. Will the Mevo work with Android? They say yes, it's coming. You just have to go to the getmevo.com site and put in a support question.
Now, there's a little caveat with that. The Mevo actually works in a couple of different ways. So, yes, they're working on an Android app that I'm surprised is not out yet. In fact, I should probably look it up and see that maybe there's some news on it. But the Mevo is a camera that does record onto traditional, what do they call it? The little cards, little smart cards. And so you can record with this and then take the smart card and plug it into your computer and download the videos. So it is still usable, but to have the control and to do all that stuff, you have to wait for the Android app to come out. And I'm not sure when that will be quite yet. Hopefully pretty soon.
If you would answer that question for Ray there, he has a question about the bonus.
I'm in the near. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah. Let me send. I'll send that over to you right now, so you can send me an email at support@instantspokesperson.
Now that's interesting, David. I hope you're still here. Art Williams was a customer of mine in the '80s. And I recorded the audio book of All You Can Do Is All You Can Do, but All You Can Do Is Enough. And he recognized that. And I remember reading that book. And well, I didn't read it book. I sat in a recording studio while he read it. And so I'm from Atlanta. And David, yes, it's amazing that he even knew that. I didn't take credit for it. I hope you know that. But I do believe that's true. So it's oh, David says he was an agent with Art. Oh, yeah, one of the most successful insurance companies in the world started there in the '80s in Atlanta, and I was too young and too stupid to understand what they were doing, but I used to do write songs for their conventions.
Okay, I have an update. We need a breaking news soundcast. All right, so. The Mevo Android app is currently in public beta, and you can join the beta testing community right now. So if you get the Mevo app, you can get in on the public beta and actually get the software for it. So there you go. So you should be able to get it now. May still have some bugs, of course, but if it's beta, it's pretty much a working version, and they're just working out some of the kinks. And so if you go to getmevo.com, you can actually search it up there and you'll find, or I just searched on Google and it took me right to their site at help.getmevo.com. And we were able to find that there is a public beta. So you can now get that.
Yeah. I had heard an email recently that it was coming out, but I hadn't tested it yet. But at any rate, yeah. I knew that was coming.
And I'm just, sure, there are limited phones that it actually will work on. So it's been tested on the Google Pixel phones, the Nexus phones, HTC 10, the LG G5, and the Samsung Galaxy S6, 7, and the Galaxy Note 5. No mention of the 8, but that's probably just because they haven't updated it. I'm assuming if it works on the 7, it'll work on the 8.
Flash has a good question. He says, go over the offer one more time. So unless we don't have any other questions about technical stuff, but I'll tell you it again. The course that's online and the 375 music downloads, the video lessons, and all the updates is that button right there on the website. When you go to masteringmobilevideo.com/Ray, you definitely need to go there to get Ray's bonuses. You got to go through that link right there. And so that hit that button, and of course, if you know about the bonus that I offered, you'll enter that in. And then this is just I'm looking for a few good men and women who want to work with me one-on-one in a coaching program, monthly coaching program. This is billed monthly, $297. It gives you everything in option 1, but then it shows you how to schedule an hour with me. And you could do that in the future if you wanted to. This is just, putting it out there. I'm looking for people that want to work with me monthly. It keeps me sharp to spend 12 hours a month working one-on-one with people. And then this is a little bit of a insurance policy. This prepays for an hour to hour and a half of my time, to where if you get stuck or you need help, then you can, just like a coaching client, you can book a one-time or split it up into 2-time session to answer your questions and get unstuck after you go through all the information. So no coaching, monthly coaching, a little bit of cheaper prepaid coaching is option 3. And those are all on the same page. And when you go to masteringmobilevideo.com/Ray, on the page multiple times is the 3 different options. Pick the option that works best for you. And that's it. That's how it works. So, Ray, are we not getting any, I guess people, I knew you would have an educated community here. So maybe there's a lot of stuff they already knew, but hopefully we all learned a few things you didn't know. And,
well, I know I picked up a couple of things that I didn't know as far as some of the apps and things. So that's exciting. And so,
all right. Thank you, Ray. So if there's,
Ray just says great info. There's a lot of Rays on here besides me, actually. So it's,
yeah. Inexpensive lighting. I've had clients go to Home Depot and buy shop lights for very little money.
There's a lot of great ways to get lights, especially nowadays. In fact, we just did our podcast specifically talking about lights. Last week we talked a lot about lights. We talked about green screen. You can actually, like you said, go to Home Depot or Walmart. If you buy some of those shop lights, they usually come on a stand with 2 of those little xenon bulbs. And the great thing about those, and I always laughed about this, is we used to use the Lowell Omni lights, which were $700 each. And they used the exact same light bulb that the shop lights for $20 do at Walmart. So that should tell you something. Now, granted, the Lowell Omnis had special things to hook umbrellas to and whatnot. But if you can rig your own umbrella onto it or whatever, save yourself, $700 and pick up one of those. However, if you go to Amazon and you do search for lighting kits, you can actually get some inexpensive lights with stands for like $100 to $200. And they're not bad. In fact, what I use here in my little home studio, I've got a couple of lights that I bought recently, but I have some older photo lights, and all I did with those is I went to Amazon and I bought some of those compact fluorescent bulbs, but they're gigantic. So, the curly Q bulbs that you stick into a regular light socket, they're just like those, but they're about 5 times the size. And you can stick them in any socket you want because they're just normal socketed bulbs, but they're very, very powerful and they're very soft. So you're not going to get harsh shadows and things. You're going to get a very soft light, and they work very, very well. And the ones that I bought are specifically for photo and video, so you don't get a lot of that weird fluorescent color changes that you can sometimes see with regular fluorescent bulbs. So, you can do that. And I think those bulbs are about $14 a piece, $15 a piece. They're a little fragile, so be careful with them. But they work extremely well, and I buy those all the time for doing my lights because you can stick them in anything, and it throws off a ton of light.
They don't get warm or hot, do they?
They don't. I mean, they get a little bit warm, but not really. They stay. You can still pretty much touch them, but you shouldn't touch them anyway because, believe it or not, when you touch those bulbs, the grease on your fingers can actually make a spot that heats up, and then they can actually explode. So you don't want to touch them, but you could.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. All right. Any other questions?
Well, let's
If not,
see.
we can, we can adjourn because we respect your time. But just wanted to make sure that we're here for you today. And Ray, like I said, I just I appreciate you inviting your folks. We'll get the replay up as soon as possible. And I appreciate everybody that's come on board already. I know we've had some, and we're going to take care of you. I want you to succeed with realizing that never in the history of the internet has video been more important.
Mike, and he is the internet audio and video guy. And he has just showed you exactly what you need to make professional video with mobile devices. So, Mike, you have any last minute words you want to give to everybody here before we close this out?
Well, my last minute words are, whatever you do, make sure that you get focused on a passion with your business. Take action, no matter what it is, and just know when it comes to using the internet to let people know about your solutions to problems and your services. I'm passionate about what video can, for years, what video can do for your business. And I don't think you wouldn't have been here if you didn't believe that. But what I've learned that of all the ways of making video that I've been involved with, it's never been easier, more powerful, and more mobile than it is today. So rather than saying, hey, this course could have said, go out and spend thousands of dollars on equipment and get the best of everything. Yeah, there's a time and place for that. But everybody can do this. And that's what I want to do is whether we do business or not, I just wish you success, and I want you to take action to follow through and make more video, because if 80% of the content is going to be video, that means 80% of the world is going to expect you to communicate your passion and your business in the modality of video.
Absolutely.
And I know Ray walks the walk. I walk the walk, and I walk. I don't just talk about it. I do what I talk about, and I want that for you. And I can't thank you enough for hosting me today, Ray. And let's have more fun as life goes on. And I look forward to when you leave. Are you still going to come east at some point?
Yes, in theory, anyway.
In theory. Well, when you're on the East Coast, come see us in Music City here. I love it here, and I'd love to show you around. And good luck to everyone, and all the best.
All right. And with that, we'll draw this to a close, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, if you're going to take action, you got to take action quick. And remember, the one thing that I like to say all the time is everything we talked about here works, but only if you do. So take action, get started, and start making videos today. And until next time, I'm Ray the Video Guy for Mike Stewart. Have a great day, everybody. I feel like we should play music now. So long, folks.